Hey friends, I'm here today with my first vlog to hopefully help you understand a little better the basics of using your camera. I was sitting down to write a really long blog post about this and was thinking back to when I was learning how to use my camera properly, and the things that helped me the most, more than reading books, more than anything, were tutorials that people have made online or friends who had graciously shown me how to use a camera. And most of you are probably visual like I am, so I'm hoping that this is more beneficial for you than a lot of words. There are some pictures below this that you can scroll down that are straight out of the camera, no editing, to really help you understand better basic white balance, what white balance is and why it is so important for your photography that you understand good white balance. I'm a Nikon girl. My first Nikon was a D60. Now I have a used D200. I love Nikon. I love, once you get your first basic camera, like a Canon Rebel, or mine was a Nikon D60, you want to stick with whatever you choose, really, because all of your lenses will be interchangeable. This lens I got with my first Nikon, and it works with this, and that's how my other two lenses are that I currently have. Lenses are a big investment, so once you pick a camera to use, you want to stick with that brand. That's really important. So let's say you just got your camera out of the box, you're putting your lens on, and you see these two things on the side and you don't know what they are. The VR you want to be on always. That's vivid reduction, or vibration reduction, sorry. And that helps stabilize your photo. So when you take a picture, it helps reduce blur, like motion, or really motion from when you're handling it. And this is automatic and manual. That's for focusing. I hope you can see it. I always keep mine on auto unless you really love manually focusing your photos, which I don't. But you should probably keep it on auto, sorry. My camera now, which I love, has this screen at the top, and we're going to be talking about this screen today. Sorry, there's a blur on it. And what some of these things mean. Right now my mode, so it's hard, it's like a mirror. The mode is on P, which is auto. On the Nikon D60, you change your mode from the menu button right here. You can go into menu and then scroll down with these two things and find your mode. I would suggest, as you're learning the basics, always keep it on auto, or aperture priority, or shutter priority, because you will be learning about those things consecutively, and if you put them all in at once, it's going to be really confusing. So just start slow until you figure them all out, and then you can go fully manual. And I'll be totally honest, I just went fully manual about 2 months ago, and I'm loving it, but it took me about 2 years to get to where I really understood everything and I felt comfortable going fully manual. Okay, so I hope that all makes sense. Let's see if we can get this again. Over here where it says quality, my quality, if you can see it, is on RAW. That means I'm shooting in RAW versus JPEG. As you're starting out, I would suggest shooting in JPEG, because to shoot in RAW, you're going to have software that converts your RAW files to JPEG. RAW files they're more complex, and honestly I shoot in RAW because I edit with Camera Raw, Visual Supply Company's presets in Camera Raw, so that's why I shoot in RAW. I just started doing that this summer too. So probably want to have your mode, your quality in JPEG. And today we're going to talk, see that little cloud right there? We're going to talk about white balance. And if you haven't heard that term before, white balance is what you can set your camera on to help combat tungsten lights, fluorescent lights, the sunlight, any light. It helps even out the tones so your pictures aren't funky. Like when you take pictures, say, of food in your house at night. I used to do that, and I didn't know about white balance. You can read on my blog, go back and see how gross some of the pictures are before I learned white balance. But it's so important. And if you, like I was saying earlier, if you have a D60 or a Rebel, I think Canon does this too, you're going to have to go in to where menu is and find your white balance. You'll use these things to scroll down and you'll find the white balance option. If you have a camera like I do, you can go to up here, white balance, and we're sunlight right now. There's no lights on in my house, so I would consider this sunlight, and it'll change. I'm sorry. It'll change. There's flash. There's sunlight, so you'll just keep it on sunlight while you have lights on. If you're gonna change your white balance, if you're taking pictures with fluorescent light, there's an option for that too. There's also an option for light bulbs. What are tungsten? Is that what they're called? Tungsten light. There that is. And I always change it whenever I have fluorescent lights around me. If I'm inside taking pictures, you always want to change your white balance. And that's really it for today. I would really recommend you scrolling down and looking at some of the pictures of Dakota that I've taken, because she's the only thing I have to model. So I've taken some pictures of her and some pictures of things outside and shown you how big of a difference it makes when you change your white balance. Next week, we're going to be talking about ISO. I think that's the next easiest thing to understand. So come back next week and I'll have a little tutorial on ISO. I hope this was beneficial for you. If you have any questions, please either email me at megnewsome@gmail.com or leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you.